Hello guys, this is Nikki, you also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X Market Update. It is a Monday, October 26, 2020. Let's begin trying to read on the news. So you are probably aware that there is a typhoon signal. Typhoon Quinta update, signal number 3 in parts of Batangas and Mindoro. Typhoon Quinta displaced over 95,000 Bicolanos in the region. And when you check on the markets, you won't see a lot of things except that you would see that the market continues to go higher. The market is not yet pricing in any potential problems on this typhoon. So let's take a look on your Philippine market. Your index is actually up 7 points, 6,491. And you've got a slew of winners and losers. Let's take a look on your top traded. In your top traded, you see that Converge listed today on Monday and it's down 10%, approximately 10% from an IPO price of 16.8. It closed at the low of 15, it closed at 15.22. So the market generally failed to appreciate Converge, and the first day it seems like the market sees it more as a sell, and yeah, so that's the market verdict. It's a sell. Your BPI continued higher, 74.4 to 74.6. Dito Telecom stayed there afloat from 6.6 to 6.8, still highly value traded. Your BDO and your Jollibee had some profit taking. So your Jollibee filled that 180 peso mark. It had some profit taking here at about 176 area. From 179, it closed 176.4. BDO filled the 100 pesos. So it's just here at about 97 to 95. So you've got some profit taking. Do note that BDO has traveled from about 87 to 97 or a 10 peso pop. Your SM is already 980 pesos. We do think that about 1,000 peso or that triple digit area might present some resistance. Same case for Ayala Corp near 800. So from 775, it's now 766. It's trying to take prof. We are seeing SM&AC hitting that potential resistance within 1,800 peso. We have yet to see what the market will say, but there is some sort of resistance happening. Now, Ayala Land, 33.95 is now 34.4. You are seeing that Ayala Land and SM Prime continued higher, but it is still at that 34 peso zone. So it's still going up. They had been able to break above that 30 peso support, and therefore this 4 peso still higher, but do note that there's still resistance at about 36 to 38. URC just stayed there, 140 pesos. So it's consolidating at 140. Your ASEN is having a hard time at 4 pesos. So it's steady, 390, 380, somewhere there. Your mega wide actually broke out after consolidating for the last 3 to 6 months. Your mega wide finally broke out of 750. Mega wide had a breakout today at about 784 close. So 129 million buying mega wide. Your ICT is steady, just continuation. Your GT cap is just continuation. Your Merrimart is steady. Your Merrimart had a hard time at about 320, 330 before, but it's following upward, and Merrimart is now 342. Do note that Merrimart still has resistance at 360 and of course that 4 peso level. Your Pure Gold was able to gain back or claw back some of its losses last week, and today it's up 3%, closing in at 43.75. You are seeing that Pure Gold fell as low as 41.42 last week, and from a high of something like 48. Teka, let's take a look at it on a 1 week scenario. For a year, you could see that Pure Gold is still steady. From about 26, it rallied to 54, 53. Fell down for the last couple of days, all the way down to as low as below 44. But you are seeing that this 44 used to be a support. Now it broke down. However, that breakdown lasted only until 41.5, 41.3. And today, we are seeing it climb back to that 44 area. It reminds me a little bit of when Ayala Land broke down. You could see that Ayala Land broke down first initially at 30 pesos. This was the breakdown, and it even fell to as low as 26.44, consolidated, and then finally broke out. So most likely, Pure Gold will do the same, consolidates there at about 44, given that was your previous support. So that previous support could be a potential resistance. However, if it breaks above 44, 45, you might see it back to about 48 to 50. So there are two levels here for you to be aware of. Let's take a look at your stats again. Stats, most active, top traded. So you are seeing today that MRC. So MRC, we saw that it was consolidation. This consolidation finally broke out today, up 13%. Your MRC is now trading at 41 centavos. So MRC had the news about a month ago, 6 months ago, that they were doing restructuring. And so far, the market has been creeping up for your MRC. You'll notice that MRC had been rising for the last couple of months. So July, it went from about 17 cents to as high as 25 cents. The consolidation took longer before, but right now the consolidation is slow. It's not slow. It's fast actually. So it used to take months. Now it's taking weeks. So also you can notice that there's been volume on your MRC. And that said, we have seen resistances at 40 cents, 44 cents, and 48 cents. So the consolidation finally broke out. This used to take a longer time. It used to take a longer time before. If you'll notice, August, September, October, it used to take 3 months. Now it's taking about a few weeks. So October to November, the from 3 months to about less than 3 weeks. So this consolidation still an uptrend, but you are seeing that the market is more appreciative of the consolidation. It's becoming faster rather than slow conso. Take a look as well on your stats. Okay, so your mega wide, your MRC broke out. Your mega world is crawling. Take note that there's resistance at about 330, 360, and then finally 4 peso. Your PLDT steady, 1360. Your resistance is about 1480. Your now corp is just steady there, below 5, steady lang. Your MPI steady at 4. AGI broke above 750. Managed to trade as high as 860, some profit taking here at 830, but still above 750, so still above the breakout point. Your Bloomberry is also trying to crawl its way. Take note though that Bloomberry always has resistance at every round number. Bloom has resistance at 8, 9, 10. So, but then again, it has supports at 7 and 6. Security Bank, steady lang, 99. So just like DDO, has a resistance to about 100, 110. JG Summit has support at 60, has resistance at 70, 75. DNL broke above 6. It's now trading at 623. Your Macro Asia is also rising. So in general, yeah, your Cebu Pacific is not going up, but it's still at 40 pesos. So we are still seeing that the market is trying to do the reopening theme even in the tourism area. In your top gainer, so you see that MRC is the clear winner for the day, 13% up. You also see a little bit of this one. You've got IDC going up 7%. And then your Mrs. G up 6%, 152. Your DNL, 623. Your Mega Wide. So we'll take a look at these winners. And then the rest are crawling higher and higher. So your DMC is trading at 4.7. Your Semirara trades at 12. So even your laggards are also trying to keep up, just like what GT Cap did from 380 to 450. It was a laggard that went up. So the market is trying to price in some of the laggards to creep up. You are seeing from leaders, yeah, so this IPO was a failure. So it is a down 10% for the day. And then your Luciatan Group, 3%. After rallying from 9 peso, you've got some profit taking at about 13 pesos. Your AGI, some profit taking. Your ABS still still sleeping at 11 to 12. Then your ASEN, wala, dyan lang yan. Your Apex is just there, 180. Your All HC still steady at 280. Broke above 240, just a continuation move. So let's take a look at your Inquirer. Let's take a look at some news for the day. Asian markets are mixed, US stimulus. Okay, there will be an November election. That would be November 3. URC profits are up by 7%. PLDT prepares for a 5G revolution with a heftier 2021 budget. Ayala Land REIT is acquiring Ayala Land the 30th for 5.1 billion pesos. BSP okays more foreign loans in Q3 for the government's pandemic response. Traders are seeing bulls regaining control of the market. Global stock markets mostly firm. Netflix had 6 million additional growth. Pork prices up sharply due to the tight supply. Eastern summer beckons. I believe that the biggest news really has to do with most of the we have to be more updated, more on the typhoon news. So the business issuance will not have that, of course, but it's in your headlines. So typically, disaster strikes us every 3 years. Well, every year we have a typhoon. So let's see whether I hope that nothing very huge negative, but you could see that there's a lot of people stranded and people in Bicol. So let's pray for them. COVID-19 death toll climbs. So yeah. So when you look at the news, you are gonna see that the Philippines is still trying its best to do the reopening, while the market is generally positive, but the news wouldn't be too bullish. Chart wise, let's take a look at each one of them. Let's take a look at your Philippine Stock Index, PSEI. Wait lang, guys. There will be some resistances to take note of. So after 5 consecutive days of going up, you'll notice that today we only have a small uptick. Despite an uptick, that's because of this. We are seeing this 6,6 potential resistance. And of course, you are going to see this 7,000 potential resistance. So you have to be aware of these things. Even if the market is bullish, still be aware of these resistances, 6,6 and 6,8. So there, you've got that resistance. Nonetheless, today you've got the breakout of MRC. So let's take a look at that breakout. This breakout, we have been saying, okay, very strong move. It didn't break below 32 cents, so the continuation was there. This breakout was very fast indeed, given that it took 3 months before. So this was a fast breakout, a fast continuation, I would say. And then, of course, you are going to see these resistances still remain in play. So you still got that resistance at 48 cents, and then you've got resistances at 45 cents. But the beautiful thing about this is that at the very least, so far we are seeing that, okay, we have a higher low. A higher low exists here at about 35 cents. And the fact that it broke above that, this one today, it broke above this 39 cents, shows us that some breakout buyers would have continued buying, not just in the support of 35 cents, but also here at about the breakout of 39 cents. So you have more buyers rather than sellers. Your sellers reside here at about 41, 44, and 48. Mega wide broke above. So you are aware that the construction scene has been delayed, and but the government allowed them to actually resume construction. And then you could see that mega wide so far is steady lang here below 8 pa rin. You've got that resistance at 830, but slowly you are seeing people pick it up, breaking above that 750 today, 760. So there are some people buying up this mega wide for a potential move back to about 11, or even just here at 10 or 9. So you are still seeing some people playing laggards. So mega wide lag your EI. Your EI already broke above 550, went to as high as 750. So you are still seeing that the market is trying to play the reopening, especially for these. So Macro Asia trying to go back up. You've got resistance at 6, 590. So still be careful, but do note that 5 below, you've got a lot of buyers. At least you've got this higher lows. Your AC is not a quick move. Of course, after 5 days last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Today was a little bit of some profit taking. You still get this resistances at 800, 807. So maybe it can rally to 810, 800 peso, but you want to actually be careful on the way higher. Your Ayala Land, your SM Prime. So yeah, the levels that I mentioned are all numbers that you are should be aware of. Your 38, your 36, these continue to be resistances as we go higher. So yeah, let me take a look at your questions, if any. But the market so far is not pricing in anything related to the typhoon. Comments? Okay, just curious, how does an IPO go down? Well, an IPO can do anything. It can be up, it can be down. So it really depends on what the market believes the proper valuation for Converge is. So given today's drop, you are seeing that when you look at the market's reaction, 16.8 is a resistance. How low can it go? It will depend on every single day. You know that this converge is new, so anything can happen. It can go down 20%, can go up 20%. You trade in the US, right? Yes, I do. I'll discuss to you guys what I think is happening in the US. There's a lot of things that I would be discussing. So yeah, just tune in to my global market update. This is a Philippine market update. I don't want to like mix the two. So I have global and I have US. But yeah, I do trade larger in US. Actually, I don't trade much in the Philippines. Yeah, I do just give updates, but that's it. Does a Filipina pay taxes on US profits? No. We are lucky that there is the weight ban rule, W8 ban form. So all Filipino citizens are tax exempt. You can actually check that rule, W8 ban form. So IBKR, just open an account there, IBKR, Interactive Brokers, or you can also open a Charles Schwab. As long as you're a Filipino citizen, yeah, you don't, you just pay the commissions. Yeah, that's it. Okay, looks like there's no questions. So that's it. So just be aware of resistances. Not a lot of news to discuss. Yes, there's that breakout on MRC. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.